Hey, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And together we're the Rainbow Grannies.
Hey.
So,
It is Saturday in Pittsburgh, 8 a.m. And we're back. We missed last weekend. We missed you guys. But we're here now. So we come on here just about every Saturday and Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time to just talk about gay stuff because we're gay. We just want to be happy. We just want a couple hours of coffee.
It's taking me a few minutes to get myself together here. You know, when we come, we're just like everybody else. We get it, not everybody, but I love my coffee.
That's right.
And then I need the spray bottle because the cat is getting into stuff, and that drives me crazy. So,
yeah.
Morning.
So, guess what weekend it is?
I don't know. What weekend is it?
I think it's Easter weekend. Isn't Easter Bunny going to come by? Don't we have an Easter parade?
Okay. Whoops.
I know you're just so happy. You got to stop hopping around like that. You know? Hopping. Look what you do.
Oh my God.
Look at you. You're so cute. I think I'm the flying nun.
Morning. Okay, well, what we're doing is we're trying, like we always do, to run our TikTok and our YouTube at the same time. So I'm just trying to get my rhythm synced here and all that kind of stuff. And I just knocked the phone off, and so on TikTok they just fell underneath my chair. And
it didn't fall into your coffee. At least you still have your coffee. So Kate is here on YouTube. Good morning, Easter Bunny lady.
Kate,
you look amazing. Love the outfit. And Tina is here. Good morning, Granny. Good morning. Who's here on TikTok?
Oh, thank you for the gifts.
Already?
Mm-hmm. You girls are so cute. Thank you very much. I think bunny kisses like are...
You know those bunny kisses, they don't stop once they start.
No, it just gets all crazy and everything. Good morning. What's going on with everybody here? Got anything going on? Well, I am preparing for Easter dinner, you know, because we're going to do that. Because that's always nice and special. And I'm going to have to go get the spray bottle.
Oh, do we know where it is?
Yes, it's right on that little chest that sits beside me where I keep my glass and stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Hey, good morning. Thank you very much for all the gifts and the clicking on the hearts and everything. We got to get the spray bottle because somebody's acting up here. Apollo, you know, we went away last week. We were in Seattle, and we had a wonderful trip in Seattle and everything. But when we came back, he got sick, Apollo, our kitten. Well, he's not really a kitten now, but he got sick. And now that he's better, he's crazy. He won't settle down. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff, you know, biting our ankles and junk like that. So you like my ears, huh? Thank you. We picked these up when we were in Seattle. So you want to tell them anything about Seattle and how it was?
Oh, man. Guess what we did in Seattle we've never seen before? We saw something never saw before. Ever. Sumo Wrestling.
We saw Sumo Wrestling live while we were in Seattle.
Yeah, we tried to get some videos of some of the guys with the cute butts hanging out, but most of the people were wearing gym shorts underneath.
Well, you know, there was women and men sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
There was also a couple transgender sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
This gives, you know, people an opportunity to think more and share more about that. You know, transgenders participating in sports.
As far as because they still have women and men division.
Yes.
And so, you know, and then both in the women and the men division, we saw transgender folks who were wrestlers.
Right.
It was cool. It was cool watching them because it is about technique. Some of it is strength. A lot of it is technique.
I think if you take even though we've talked before about transgender, by the time they take the hormones and stuff, their bodies are kind of developed already and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think there's sometimes, I mean, I don't know because, you know, you let me know if I'm wrong. I think if you transgender to female and you're taking female hormones, that you're going to lose some of your strength. That
because the muscles. So do the muscles change too? I get that's the question.
So. I think with the estrogen, you know, get more of a a feminine curve to you. So I think your
Your muscles must
I mean,
modify.
her muscles, the ones we saw, weren't like
Mhm.
developed or anything like that. But none of them were. These were sumo wrestlers, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I was reading that at the same time as I was listening to you.
Mm.
So, let's see. Do you have kids, grand coming for Easter? Happy Easter to you both. And there's Tina.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alex, you know what? If Judy on here is having a
Yeah,
problem, an
not me,
issue,
another
it's
Judy
yeah,
on there.
we
Yeah.
understand. It's okay. You know, Alex, I mean,
I mean, Judy doesn't on TikTok doesn't even have a face.
yeah, Judy doesn't have a face.
Must feel really bad. She wishes she had bunny ears too and
You
didn't
know
know where to
what,
get
Alex?
them.
I just made you a moderator. You know, because you seem like you're paying attention and you're on that, and I see your numbers where you're here with us all the time and everything. I want to thank you and let you know that we appreciate, you know, you being here and everything. You know, we generally don't so we'll talk a little bit about the
Okay.
modernization.
Yeah.
You know, we generally don't ban people right away. We allow them to, so what we do is we usually mute them.
Mm-hmm.
We mute them so that they can sit in the background and they can still listen to us talk.
Uh-huh.
You know, because if they want to be here, sometimes they say mean stuff because they,
to get their attention.
yeah, they want attention. That's it.
Mhm.
Or they wouldn't, you know. So,
Mhm.
and a lot of times they're really gay, but they
And they're
can't
not
deal with it because
right.
I remember growing up with a lot of people that were gay, and a lot of you gay people know that too. Growing up
Right.
with a lot of people that were gay that were mean.
They were mean to gay people.
They were mean to gay
until they
people.
came out.
Right, right. You
Mhm.
know, so we just gotta kind of try to
Just
understand
projecting that
them.
hatred onto others.
That's
That
what they're
self-hatred.
doing. That's what they're doing. So,
Yeah.
Alex, thank you very much for helping us out and being one of the team now. You know,
Mhm.
if you don't want to do nothing, you don't have to. You know, because it's not a paid position. But if you do and you want to help keep the peace and enjoy
And I
yourself,
want to thank the gifts. I saw we were getting gifts, but I didn't want to kiss Edie in the middle of what she was saying at the moment. But I'll give the kisses now.
boy, those was nice bunny kisses.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
were
So
talking about athletes and transgender people in athletics and talking about women and men division. And
yeah,
so we saw, I mean, what we were watching in the sumo wrestling was everybody kicking ass with everybody. And we could see the few of the wrestlers who were really, really good at the sport. And I guess what I'm saying is that I didn't see anything saying a trans woman would always win against women or a trans man will always lose against cis men.
yeah, because it
Didn't
didn't
see
end
that.
up that because it ended up where they got right down to the final division and stuff, and where it wasn't even a weight classification. It was
Mm-hmm.
just um, men against men and women against women, and you know, they didn't win at the end.
Right. And the nice thing about being in Seattle, and they didn't win even not because they were transgender, right? It was I mean, we saw like the three top contenders were just phenomenal. And these were the three top contenders among the men. In the women division, I didn't necessarily see top contenders like they weren't it wasn't real obvious who was gonna win.
Yeah.
But among the men, you could see the three top ones who they had it down, and when they matched each other, boy, did we see a good wrestling match.
So if you watch our YouTube channel, Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies, you will get to see a couple of those little mini shorts of
Yeah.
the sumo wrestling that I put up, and it was, you know, it's nice because they what do they last like a
They're
minute
very
at the
short.
most, you
They're very
know.
short.
I mean, they're really
Seconds,
short.
not even a minute.
They jump right in there, they kick butt, and it's over, you
Right,
know.
right. See, and I never knew that. I mean, I never knew anything about sumo wrestling, and that's why I really wanted to go. Because
Yeah.
like, when will we ever have a chance again to see
And it was
sumo
free.
wrestling? and you
It
can't
was
get over
free.
that part.
It was free. I mean, I paid $20 for food, but it's worth $20 for food. Well, so is everybody getting ready for the bunny? We all getting ready to hop on into Easter and do our thing and, you know, eat some. Anybody coloring eggs because of the price of eggs? Is anybody, you know, because some people have children on here or grandkids or something. Are you still coloring eggs?
That's true.
You know, or are you just like over that? Just explaining to the kids we can't afford the eggs and that's the way it is. Here's your candy.
Granddad was asking, my ears are out to the side. Is that because I'm feeling a little down? I think I'm just feeling a little crazy and rough.
She wore hers like that yesterday. We wore these to Texas Roadhouse and had dinner last night.
Yeah.
The
I
waitress
asked for
there.
salad for us and carrots.
Yes, the waitress there. I'm sorry, my nose keeps itching. But the waitress there, probably I got allergies. I'm allergic to rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
But the waitress there, she was very entertaining.
She was. Actually, when I asked what were the sides and what were the vegetable of the day, and she laughed and she said, broccoli and carrots. When do you ever have carrots mixed with broccoli? Never
That's
have I
not
had
even a
carrots
good
mixed with broccoli.
combination. That's something
Makes
that
me
the
wonder
school
now. Do you think
cafeteria.
maybe she just made that up?
No, that sounds like something that the
She
school
told 'em.
cafeteria had left over because they had had broccoli left from yesterday and carrots from today, and they made it a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is an odd combination.
I do. I wonder. We have to go back and ask her. She made that up, and she asked them to slice carrots in my broccoli.
Yeah, well, you didn't eat them. Let's see.
I ate them later. I ate them back home. I put them with my salad.
So, Big Joe, what are you
Big Joe's
doing?
being insulting, and somebody keeps moving his stuff away, or he keeps retracting it. I'm not sure.
Is Big Joe doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Big Joe, why would you do that? Why you come in here starting that? Okay, let's see what else is going on. Let me just say this too. Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And together we're the Rainbow Grannies. We come on here every Saturday and Sunday morning at 8:00 in the morning Eastern time, and we are part of the LGBT plus community. Yes, we are lesbians, and we are a couple. We're married. And what we do is we come on here and we talk about a little bit of everything.
Like being rabbits.
I'm really, really lucky, blessed, should I say, that we have 82,000 followers. That's not easy. Anybody that's out there trying to do our thing. So there are 82,000 people out there that think we're pretty cool. There's a lot of people that come on here for 4 years, been coming on here, having coffee with us and enjoying our company. And we enjoy yours. So I want to thank you very much for all the new followers that we're getting. And how I see Shannon is our last follower to come up, and 30 something, and Jenny Quacks, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So we will talk any kind of gay stuff. Of course, we try to keep it, clean and all that kind of stuff. We don't talk any religion, and we don't talk politics unless it has to do with the LGBT plus community. Now, right now, politics is a little crazy. So sometimes we will step over on it and just say, this shit is crazy. Just crazy. This shit is rabbit ear crazy.
What are we talking about?
Politics.
I was reading.
Politics right now is rabbit ear crazy.
Well, yeah,
you can't even get your hands on this. You can't even make it settle down. Anyway, let's see. Silence is complicity. Okay, well, we don't want to be complicit, but we want to give you a safe space. So that's what we do. We give you a safe space to come here and talk about the fact that you are gay. You're gay, or you like gay, or somebody that's gay, you're bisexual, whatever. You wouldn't believe that this is the opportunity for so many people, which has been so nice, for so many people to come out and tell us something that's been in their heart and weighing on them, that they get a chance to say. Or there's a lot of times people are hanging in the background and they're quiet, they're silent ones, but they're hanging in the background so that they can, so that they can understand a little better, or they may have a daughter or a son that they just can't quite understand. So a lot of people are so happy to see the grannies our age are loving and caring and inclusive, and we're here, So as far as the hate goes, we don't have it here. We can't.
And something I can say, when we were in Seattle, what was really nice in Seattle was very queer friendly. I didn't see anybody slinking back into the closet there. They were a queer-friendly town, and you saw it with the sumo wrestling, queer-friendly. Nobody batted an eye, people were wrestling.
If they did bat an eye, them kind of people stayed home.
Yeah.
Or they stayed quiet.
Yeah. But I guess I'm thinking the competition. It's like, they didn't bar anybody, and they didn't say no DI, and they didn't say any kind of noise. It was nice. It was nice being in a normal environment. It was really nice. And I was away from the news all week because I was working. So I don't know if you were watching the news, if you were still seeing the craziness.
No, I didn't really watch the news. The time was off for me.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed, If you need a break from it, I recommend 1 week break. The world won't end if you take a break for 1 week, because you come back.
It's here again when you
normalized.
come back, though. But when you come back, the world is here. It was just like
still
it was
shock.
when we got back into it.
But
Thank you. Happy
yeah.
Easter from Kentucky. I really appreciate it. So, do we have any
And
moderators
there's somebody
here
else here. They said they're from Arkansas.
in let's see.
Seeing a wife, I think, from Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas in the house. Yeah, so
Oh no, cancel.
wrong person.
Uh-huh.
Is somebody erasing that stuff or not?
No,
Okay.
let me fix it here.
Okay. So we're dealing with having to, actually, the first time ever, I think we've had to deal with having to have moderators
Yes.
on YouTube. So
Okay.
Grandizer said, and it should just be a Grandizer
Okay.
said, when he was at one time, he asked at church for them to do mass in a bunny rabbit outfit to appeal to the kids, and it didn't fly.
Okay. I've got Haley and Grandizer. I just gave you moderator on YouTube there. Can you please help me stay on top of that for me, okay?
Yeah, if you can, that would be great.
If you can. If you can't figure it out,
Happy
it's okay.
Easter from Texas, Washington State. Is that Washington State? Also in the house. Let's see, yeah.
Okay, wow. Wesley. If I mean, you can.
Oh, you're saying Washington State is beautiful, yeah?
You don't have to.
Washington.
I think they're going to take care of it. I don't know. Yeah.
So we were talking about Easter eggs, and somebody suggested just draw the egg on a piece of paper and color it. You could just do color eggs that way, because I guess eggs are really expensive. So the question is, did anybody get Easter eggs, like real eggs, for their kids to die this year?
Thank you so much, guys. I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to fix this here. Okay. Yeah. So, are you doing eggs? I mean, I bought some eggs, and I'm not going to color them. Do you want to color eggs?
Oh, I've got so many other things to do.
I was going to say,
we don't have little kids here.
No.
Next year will be all different.
I don't want to color them then. I didn't want to color them when my kids was little. You know?
I did. I have fun coloring eggs.
No way.
Yeah, it must be just, well, I was going to say, because, I was Jewish, but we still colored eggs when I was growing up too. So it's not like I never got to color eggs and now I'm into it.
Okay, eggs have gone down just gas and oil. I don't know.
And let's see. Yeah. Please do not spam the chat. So Granddad just thinks he's the moderator now on YouTube, and he's got a wrench. He's like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead and talk while I try to fix this.
Thank you. Thank you. So, okay, so we're not, okay, let's see. Eggs have gone down just like gas and oil. Okay, you're making a joke, aren't you?
Oh, I didn't know gas and oil. See, I didn't know Walmart has marshmallows. No, well, I saw where people coloring those marshmallows like that, making them eggs and everything.
Oh, Walmart had the marshmallow coloring kit. Boy, they were on that fast.
Oh, yeah,
or but they imported from China?
Oh, that's all we need is a little more dye in our marshmallows. Like, if you don't think the kids are crazy enough, let them all have a little marshmallow with some food coloring in it, and let's just like run around like idiots.
Yeah. Then right after they eat their chocolate bunnies.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you ate your chocolate bunnies, did you eat the ears off? Bite the ears off first?
I bite their butts.
Oh, you bite the bite off?
Anybody bite their ears or their butts off first when you had your bunnies? I wish I had a bunny right now. I'd show you how to eat it.
Yeah, we should have had a bunny here so we could show us how to eat a chocolate bunny.
Yeah.
Rainbow Grannies demonstrates.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm asking, guys. Now I want you to answer me. Do you bite your bunnies in the butt, or do you bite their ears off first? Go ahead. Let me see the screen go. Ears, butt, ears, butt, ears, butt. Bunny Edie is freaky. You bet I am. You bet I am. You wait. Let me show you. Wait. Look what I got here. I'm gonna slip this on.
What? So okay, ears. Why not both? But you gotta bite something first. Can you bite off the ear and the butt at the same time? I mean, that's a small bunny. You gotta put the whole bunny in your mouth. Ears. Look at this
cool thing I got while I was away.
All right, isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
With a little rainbow heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I got like a
She
little
got a little
collar.
bunny
I
collar.
got a little bunny collar so I can be like a pet bunny.
One bite, whole bunny. I was just like, oh my God.
I wanted something a little more with a little more character to it, but I didn't know where I mean, I only go to Aldi's and maybe to the senior center. Do you think if I wore one with studs on it to the senior center, anybody
Oh,
would
they would
notice?
love it.
Oh, we should have
They
bought
would
that
love
kind
it.
because they were on sale too.
Yeah.
You know, I should have got me a big studded one to wear to the senior center. That would have been
Well,
so
because you were thinking,
fun.
oh, where we're going to wear these. That's what the problem was. And so there was a lot of stuff we could have bought. But
Yeah,
we
there was a
thought, but we don't
store
go to
in
the
Seattle
club.
that was selling all kind of weird stuff like this and was going out of business. And so it had everything 50% off in it. Good
Ooh, Joe
afternoon,
from
Joe.
UK is here too.
Just tuned in. You both are
And
adorable. Hello,
Montana.
Eloise. Elise. It's good to see you. Thank you. Good morning from Montana. Thank you very much.
So Montana, so I'm reading a book now which takes place in Wyoming, and I think Wyoming and Montana are similar with just expanse of rural area with nobody around. You gotta drive for miles, like 2 hours to get to the nearest city. Is it like that from San Cooley also? I mean, that's like
Well,
wow.
Grandizer, I'm gonna tell you, my favorite.
Oh, Granddad is asking a question here. What were your favorite? What were or still now?
Yeah, I still
Are
eat
your
chocolate.
favorite Easter candy the chocolate solid bunny, a hollow bunny, the marshmallow baby chicks, something else?
I'll tell you, my very, very favorite
Mm-hmm.
is a peanut butter melt away chocolate egg.
That's right. I was just gonna
Good
say that.
Lord.
I was
Do you
just
know
gonna
how
say
hard it
that.
was the other day when I was out with a friend, Barb?
Yeah.
We were riding down the highway and she looked over and she saw Sarah's chocolate factory. And she says,
Mm.
"Oh, Sarah's chocolate." Well, turns out neither her
Mm.
or I have ever been to Sarah's chocolate.
Yeah.
And on the way back, she mentions it. And I think deep down in her heart, she really, really, really wanted to go. You know, that drives me crazy. She really, really, really wanted to go to Sarah's chocolate. You
And you
know,
didn't let her go?
well, I said to her, I said, "You want to go? We can go." No, we don't need to go. One of them kind, that passive aggressive kind,
Oh,
or
you
that
really want to
passive.
go, but we don't.
No,
Wow,
we
thank you for
don't
all the
really need
gifts.
to go, because there's all that chocolate there. We don't really need that chocolate and all that. I should have just turned left
And
and
go.
went
Mm-hmm.
but I would
Mm-hmm.
have got one of those peanut butter chocolate melt away eggs.
Wow, look at the gift. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for the gifts. When you send gifts like that, they send them in they put them in like a little bucket. And then twice a month, they send that little bucket over to us, after TikTok takes their little share.
Yeah.
And it's nice because it's not a lot, but it's nice enough to buy us like some coffee or pizza or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
I want to thank you all for all those gifts.
I was asking about Montana, and they said that the nearest city, I think, was Great Falls. Is that right? Now, there's been so much here I can't see, but it is. There are a few people in between. And Haley here is saying that they think Wyoming is the state with the least amount of people too.
Yeah.
Because I want to go to these places. I haven't gone. I almost drove my daughter's car across country for her. And I looked up all the camping places. And I was going to go through all those states, including Montana, Wyoming, and all of that.
Uh-huh.
And then she found a friend who needed to go across the country. And so the friend drove a car. And I said, yeah,
I would
that's
be
fine.
so afraid to let somebody drive my car. I don't let nobody drive my car down to downtown Pittsburgh. Because I know that anything that happens,
I'll fix
you
it.
got my back. Everything's fine. I'm short of like just terrible, something horrible.
Mhm.
But I just hate when somebody drives my car. It gives me this anxiety, that I just like.
Wow, and I was just so much the other way. Like before we got together, I was living by myself. Like if I had my car, I was going out of town for work, and my car would be at the parked for a week. I would just ask a friend who didn't have a car at the time, "You want to use the car while I'm gone?" Oh yeah, that'd be great.
No, 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 no. And then I haven't, if I've driven in the car with you and I see what kind of driver you are, that helps, because some people are good drivers and some people are bad drivers. Some people, like, I don't know, like, look out the back window and off to the side and carry on a conversation and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so afraid. Just so
My
afraid.
boyfriend isn't allowed to drive my car. If he wants to drive, we take his. Yeah. So yeah, and I think for us, whoever drives, it depends. Like if we go in a truck, then normally you drive. If we go in the Prius, then normally I drive, just because of who bought the car.
Thank you very much, Grandizer. Good Lord, you're over there working. You working it, huh?
He got that wrench, and now it's like he got
Yeah,
it.
you got it. That's all right. Thank you. And Haley and you know what? You guys are carrying on a nice little conversation too, keeping it going and everything. I appreciate it. So, what we want to let anybody know when you come on over to the YouTube, minimize the chat and click on the thumbs up, and that helps send the algorithm out so that so YouTube knows that
That
Rainbow
we're here
Grannies are
live.
happening.
Ooh, what kind of truck? I'm picturing Trucker Edie. Oh,
I have a Ford
yeah.
Ranger. It's a 2021 Ford Ranger. It's white, and I put black accent letters on it. It's blacked out. It's got the black and chrome wheels. It's got the black grill. I blacked the the little Ford symbol on them. I bought that special stuff, and I blacked the Ford symbols on there. And now I did kind of mess up one of my running boards there on the side. I caught it on a fence one day, but I mean, it's a nice truck. It's a Ford Sport XTL or whatever. It's nice.
That's good. Okay, now you want to know what kind of car I have? I have a Prius. I think it's a white one. I forget what year it is.
Yeah. She had her nerve one day to ask me, "What year is my car?" Well, how would I know? I know what year mine is. I also have down in the basement, because I was sick there for like a little bit of time and never rode it and ran it. In the basement, I have a Mini Cooper. It's a 2012 convertible black Mini Cooper with leather interior, and it is sharp and cute and everything. But it's not running right now, so it needs pulled out and all the things done to it to make it run. But yeah, we'll probably get it out this summer and pretty her up. And
yeah, that's why I think my car is white. I think
it
all
is.
the
It's
cars I
white.
get are white, and I help me remember what color it is.
No, the
Because
last
Edie
one
had a
she
red.
had was silver. You had a silver Prius.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't remember what
It,
color
it was such a boring car that you couldn't even, I think more people get killed by Priuses than any car in the whole world.
Because they don't hear it coming.
No, that car will sneak up on you.
Did anybody else hear this too? I think I heard that with new Priuses or electric vehicles, they're putting sound on it deliberately because of the accidents that it has been causing with pedestrians, because they don't hear it coming.
Yeah, but you know what? So many of the cars are quiet now because they're making so many electric ones. Yes. So
Before you had this white pickup truck, you had a red one, and so every so often when we're going back out to the parking lot, I'm still looking for the red truck.
Yeah.
And I have to think, oh wait, what color is it? So yeah. I remember driving my grandmother's Prius, and I snuck up on a squirrel. It didn't hear me.
Yeah. I messed with Judy last night. There was some kind of little squirrel or something going across the road, and I says, "Should I take him out or not?" And she's like, "Oh no! Well, come on. Do you really think I was going to take him out? He already looked like he had a limp. A little squirrel with a limp."
It looked like an old squirrel.
I don't. Where do all the old squirrels go? Where do all the old squirrels go?
Long time passing. I know where they go. Lesbians. They all find the lesbians. They all look for where the lesbians live, and they all move in there.
They all move into a little spot in the woods where all the lesbians live. Lesbian squirrels look after each other. Oh, thank you.
Because the lesbians will go out and feed them.
Yeah, somebody brings the nuts home, puts them in a big pile.
And if they could catch them, they would take them to the vet and say, "What's wrong with my squirrel?"
Edie, was you going to put the poor squirrel out of its misery? No. I like teasing Judy like that, making her think that I would do something.
No, because I didn't know you got to go around it.
I knew that song was coming.
Thank you for the gift. We got them gifts.
Hey, I'm going to go give me a refill on my coffee.
Oh, let me.
Make sure my shirt's down when I stand up.
Let me. Oh, see, I didn't bring my book down here for show and tell. I don't even remember the author's name right now. But I am reading a book that's another lesbian mystery, and I will have to look up the author later because I'm enjoying it. There's another author, Carrie Hunter. She's top so far, and Catherine Forrest. These two writers are the top writers for me so far. Where they write really good lesbian mysteries.
Did you see with the friend that we went to visit last night what the name of her book she was reading?
Yeah.
Body parts?
It was called Women Parts. And we didn't ask her what it was
I
about.
wanted to ask, but I felt it was kind of personal.
No, we should have asked. So it was a book called Lady Parts. I think it was called Lady Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Parts. So we'll have to ask her. Well, look, this is a friend who she puts reviews on Facebook of all her books. So Wesley asked if I like Sylvia Plath. Yes, I like Sylvia Plath. She's a real good one to read when you want to, read poetry of somebody who's horribly depressed. But she's an excellent writer. So I will find the book, later and get the title of it. But it's this wonderful, this book is steamier than the other lesbian writers' books I've been reading. The other ones, they have lesbian characters, but they're really tuned in on the mysteries going on. And maybe they start getting an attraction for each other. This book, these characters are two women in their 20s. They're sparring like this, and they can't stop looking at each other. I mean, it is there. It is there. But this person must either been in her 20s when she wrote the book, or she remembers being in her 20s. And I read it out loud for Edie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, me and Bill the cat. Our
Yeah.
cat really likes it when Judy reads to her too.
Yes,
oh, him. Let's see. I can't wait to know more.
Yeah. Yeah, the book is about it's a woman detective who was asked to come back home where she had been kicked out of her house from her aunt because her aunt is missing. And they know that she's a detective and asked her to come back and try to find her aunt. And so still haven't found her aunt. Don't know what happened yet.
Your cat loves you reading too? That's nice. Hey, I'm going to answer your question, Tammy. Right now, I want everybody that's here, do me a favor. Tap, tap, tap on your screen. We only have 13,000 likes, and by now, half hour in, we should have at least 25,000. At least. So tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tapping is clapping. It helps show us that, you guys are enjoying being here and enjoying listening to us yap about whatever we're yapping about.
That's right. The Women Seeking Women, a female detective searching for her aunt.
Okay, now what did you ask me? Oh, where did we meet? Okay, we met at the Ohio Women's Festival. There used to be a women's festival in Ohio that I would go to every year, and one year I lucked up and I hit the jackpot. I met Judy. I gotta be like animated here. I gotta make these ears work. I met Judy. And should I say Judy met me?
I did. Are you talking about the first year we met?
Well, we had a good time, I mean, I didn't notice her that much except for the fact that I was flirting.
She scared me because she flirted and flirted and flirted so hard, I backed up.
So Sunflower,
and then I went looking for her the next year at the same festival.
Yes.
Yeah, some folks know this story, but
right.
I did go back looking for her, not realizing that I was looking for her. Because Edie did make that kind of impression that even though she floated and scared me, she still impressed
me. So Sunflower, if you're from Steubenville, I used to work in Steubenville. Yeah, when I first met Judy, that's where I was working, right? With Steubenville.
Yeah.
And she would come down to Robinson and we'd meet there for dinner and stuff like that. So it was nice.
Yeah, so Haley's talking about reading a Gothic novel called Always Lived in a Castle.
Steubenville, one time I had just started my job in Steubenville. And Steubenville is one of those steel cities.
I remember you were working in Steubenville.
Right.
Yeah, because you drove off the curb.
Yes. But Steubenville is one of those steel cities, right? And it has a steel mill there, and it's still plugging along. And Weirton had a little steel mill and all that kind of stuff. And there was, it was right after I just started my job. And people that live in steel country or steel communities and stuff will understand what I'm saying, right? Especially now in these times. I had started working there, and we all went to lunch, and there was a big corporate supervisor or something. Now, mind you, I just started this job. So you know how you try to tiptoe and be nice and all that, polite and everything. So we all went to lunch, and this supervisor, I don't think what was her name. Her name was Roxanne. Okay. This supervisor that worked for the company, her name was Roxanne. And we go out to lunch, and this, I'll just say it like it is, heifer, she says, it sure stinks here. And I looked at her. Now, they had just opened the company that I worked for, right?
Uh-huh.
And I looked at her and I said, that's the smell of money. That's what money smells like. When money's being made in a steel mill community, that's what it smells like. If you don't smell that smell, then there's no money, because that, I mean, yes, that smell may not be the most desirable smell to people from outside of the community.
You
People
don't
that
live in
live
a
in
steel
the
mill town, you
community
mean?
don't even notice it.
Yeah.
They live there and don't even notice it. I noticed it because I wasn't living there, so I drive up. But I mean, I would never just like, ew, this place smells. I mean, heck,
It's a steel town.
right? I'm
They're
sure,
making steel.
right? They're making Ford trucks in a certain community. If you walk in there, it probably don't smell that great, But you don't. I mean, what it is, hey, those Ford trucks are being made, and those are money, and the people that are working there are making money, and they're able to go to your company and spend money.
Right. And it's not like we don't use steel.
Right.
It's not like we weren't all using steel and everything's made out of steel.
Let's make my chinage.
I've got to get some more coffee too.
I got the bunny rash.
You got the bunny rash?
I got the bunny rash. Yeah, but anyway, can you imagine somebody just coming off like that? I mean, she just come off with that arrogant, like, it stinks here. Yeah, that's the smell of money. That's why her broke ass is working at, I don't know, Wendy's right now. I mean, because she didn't respect the fact that that's where her living was going to come from, and be proud and encourage.
Yeah, so, yeah, Pittsburgh, I grew up not even realizing that Pittsburgh, that steel is what made the city of Pittsburgh, because everybody in my family, they worked at universities, they worked in the post office, they worked at in the arts, and nobody in my family worked in a steel mill. So that was a long time before I really realized. Huh?
You bragging?
My bragging? No. It's like it's. I'm just surprised that I didn't.
That you never realized
when
it?
I was growing up.
I realized it. I realized that all my friends that had all the neat stuff and the cool toys and everything, their dads all worked in the steel mill.
Yeah.
And my dad didn't. So I just go to their house and admire it.
So what family from Pittsburgh, and I remember the smell well, makes me think of all my uncles.
Yeah. It is a horrible smell, but it was the smell that,
Yeah. So, no, something that I liked about Pittsburgh, and I think this is part of the steel mill culture, is that everybody got jobs in Pittsburgh, and it's like the kids live there. They grow up and have kids. They all still live there. They have grandkids. They've got 3 and 4 generations living together in the city.
Right.
And because everybody's family is like this, it's very
at that
communal.
time everybody knew where everybody was going to work. It was like, they took a pride in the fact that they worked there and their son could get on there, and their grandson was working there, and then grandpa retired. There was such a pride that went into, my grandpa worked for Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel. See, my grandfather and my grandfather worked for the coal mine. I'm from Ohio, and he was in the mine. And I mean, that's another kind of I know I try to keep politics out of it, but you know how someone said that mining is a clean thing and that we should get back into mining and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you, mining is not a clean thing. You have not experienced nothing until you've seen a man come home at the end of the day and sit down at the dinner table and cough with a big old white handkerchief, grabbing it like that, and all that's black stuff rolling up out of him. And so I know there's got to be better ways of doing it now, but it's still, no matter where we go, you still a whole lot of dust and stuff.
And then they talk about cleaner coal, like it's a science looking at what to do for mining coal so it's not letting off all this carbon dioxide kind of thing, but that still doesn't take care of the person who's doing the mine work.
Right. And all the dust that's created by it. I mean, no matter how clean you try to be, there's going to be a lot of dust that's created by it.
Yeah. So, Bella says, I know y'all talking about serious things, but y'all look absolutely adorable.
Thank you. Okay, I'll try not to be so serious. Let's talk about something else. Give me something else to talk about.
So, well, somebody here did ask, aren't steel mills dangerous to work in? I think the mines were more dangerous. I mean, I don't know. Were the steel mills?
Yeah, they're
They
dangerous
were
too.
dangerous because
Too.
it's all that. It's hot, very
Yes.
hot. So when I was a little kid, I lived outside Pittsburgh, and we would drive into Pittsburgh to visit my grandparents, and I would see the smokestack. I'm talking when I was like 3 years old. See the smokestack, and the smoke coming. I thought that's how the clouds were made.
Ah. Well, there used to be a factory down that we would walk.
There used to be a factory.
Yeah, I would drive past to take my little girl to daycare, and the factory was so big and had them big stacks and stuff that I remember her thinking. She asked me one time, "Does Princess Jasmine live in there?" She thought it was a castle. You know, it's like, oh, she was so cute.
Yeah, yeah. Kids' world, what the world consists of, and. And I can remember thinking that that's how clouds were made, but I didn't say anything to the family about it. It's probably a good thing. They probably would have laughed their butts off at me. I was the baby.
There's nothing wrong with it. You figure it's the same as. Well, it's the same as Megan thinking Jasmine lived there. You just figured it was the clouds. And I do remember when I was little and we'd be riding up there to Steubenville, and just as you get close, I knew that we would be almost to Aunt Polly's house because of the smell. Because it does smell like rotten eggs. It smells like rotten eggs.
Not because Aunt Polly's house.
No. Just
wanted to clarify that.
It smells like rotten eggs, but I think I was just offended that day that Roxanne popped off like that because she wasn't from the area and she was not. Yeah. She just, to me, it was disrespectful.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, when I saw the cloud makers, I knew we were getting near my grandparents' house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but Steubenville, I have to say that I hope this doesn't embarrass you.
It probably will, but go ahead.
When Edie,
I deserve one. Go ahead.
No, when we first met, Edie was just beside herself for some reason. Every time we went out, and every time she drove, like I went to Steubenville because she worked there. I met her after work. We had dinner. She picked a place for us to have dinner. And I guess you were just so tickled that I was coming and having a date with you. And he said, okay, so now follow me. And she went right off the curb from the parking lot.
But you could tell the parking lot was not my first time, or it was my first time, but you could tell many other people had driven off of this parking lot curb. So it was the way the parking lot was designed that people would drive off of that. It was awful. I drove right off the curb. And at that time I had a Volvo wagon. And I loved that little wagon, and when it went off the curb, it was like, what the hell? So I drove all the way home. Next morning, I had one of my craft sales and had loaded us all up and everything. Her and I are driving, and it was a horrible banging happening. So I took it to the place where the guy worked on it and everything, and they told me where I had tore something off the bottom that was hanging and stuff. But that helped me. I should remember that. That helped me. When it was so loud and so annoying, and I kept saying to Judy, do you hear that? And she said, no. And I'm like, she really can't hear. I mean, it unbelievable. So then I come up here. It was a bang, bang, bang. It was awful. And so then I came up here and stayed with her one night. And then I was on my way back home. And I was behind. I stopped to go to the bathroom and get some. Thank you for the gifts. Tap 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 on the screen. I got behind a truck and he drifted back and scraped the whole. And his truck rode up on the hood of my. So once I got involved with Judy, my Volvo was just like.
You got beaten up.
Oh my God!
Volvo, the car. Volvo got beaten up.
She actually has hearing aids.
Yeah. Alex wrote next date hearing aids. So Wesley's saying my aunt used to live by a tobacco factory, and then there was somebody else here who said, "Oh, that's Alex. We have a paper mill near me in Virginia, and it smells like burning, rotting, funky cheese."
Ah, yeah. But as long as that place
I gotta get coffee.
Yeah, as long as that place is working, then at least the economy's okay right there, because when we don't smell nothing working, then hey, I mean, it's bad enough you can't hardly go shopping because there's no stores, available, and everybody's buying everything on Amazon and all that. I don't buy anything. I'll buy like online, like clothing wise, is maybe like a T-shirt like this or something like that. I don't see how people do that shopping for their clothing online because if it don't fit, nothing ever fits, So when you get it home, you like, how you do that? I don't know. So what else is happening today? Let's see. Judy and I are going to prepare a little bit of Easter dinner. I'm making sweet potatoes, and Lance, our son-in-law, is making the ham. I'm making broccoli casserole. I think Lance might be making mac and cheese too, and I can't remember. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not sure. We got a pie. Last night I picked up a pie and I couldn't stand it. I was sitting in there watching TV and I heard, "Hey Edie, hey Edie," and I was like, "What is that noise?" Hey Edie, and guess what it was? It was a pie. It was the pie calling to me, and so I went in there and I commenced to cutting myself a piece. Yep, I cut myself a piece. And because I cut myself a piece, you know what that told Judy? Go ahead, Judy. When I cut myself a piece of pie, what did that tell you?
That I was going to eat a piece too.
That's right. That it was time to cut the pie,
So I heard you saying what you were going to be making for Easter. So I got to say this because it's also Passover, right? And we were away, so we didn't have a Seder or anything this year for Passover. But it made me feel good that Edie asked me if I might think about making mustard ball soup also. And that's kind of cool because I had thought about it, but I didn't want to ask.
Really?
Yeah, because it's your dinner. You make the dinner and decide what you're having.
She made mustard ball soup the other day, and it was really good.
Here's one of the best parts with the mustard ball soup.
Yeah.
I was able to take fresh parsley back here that Edie grew, and also what was that? What's that? Bok choy. Bok choy. I got that from over here in this tall garden. Tall garden that Edie's got growing here in the house. They're so fresh. The vegetables, the plants are so good, and I put them in the soup. That's probably why you also liked it this year because it had all that nice fresh vegetables.
I don't know. I mean, it was good. Maybe because I was hungry. Yeah, Judy made it good. She made it like when she made the matzo balls. Like I don't know if you all always make it like that. I never am there. I always kind of go. Go in the other room. It's like surprise matzo ball soup. I don't know how it happens. You
make the mixture for the matzo balls and then have to be refrigerated for 15 minutes.
Oh.
And then I take it out and I make form the matzo balls. You have to wet your hands and then form the matzo balls, and the hands dry off. Got to wet them again. That's where you were working on the new plant stuff you got.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw me making the soup this time. Yeah, Edie is growing bok choy.
I'm growing a little bit of everything.
Thank you for the gifts, folks.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm growing a little. Let me see if I can squeeze over here. See that?
Yeah. So Edie's showing them on TikTok. I'll show you on YouTube also.
So that's my
it's really, really growing. I mean, look at this down here. The cucumber. You see the big leaves there, and then all different kinds of lettuces. All different kinds of lettuces, and we have peas growing in a vine here, and you got strawberries, right? Growing in a vine. Yeah.
Lots of lettuce.
Kale. All the different kinds of lettuce, which is nice.
Even like I've never had, but we're growing it. What's that called? That garlic chives.
Garlic chives. Yeah. Here, let me show YouTube also what you've got here. There we go. So you see that's Edie's vertical garden. And
so there's also, of course, I've got to say, there's also a link on my videos on YouTube that if by chance you choose to buy one of these cool garden things like I got, because you see I got 2 of them now. I love it so much. That I get a kickback and you get a discount. There's like a discount coupon on there. I think it's $100 coupon off.
Yeah, that's what I like. I'm so
Garlic
excited about
chives.
this Plant Daddy Edie.
Yes.
Nah, I'm the Plant Daddy. I'm the Plant Daddy. Edie must be the plant mom, and she plants them all.
I don't know. We can have two daddies here.
But that's true. We can.
Yeah.
Okay. We can. Okay. I'll share the Plant Daddy duties.
Okay. Yeah. we need to bring down a couple of more of Q-tips because everybody needs.
So we can stimulate the plants.
We all need to like stimulate
them. The Plant Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for Easter, we're having breakfast croissant sandwiches.
Yeah. We don't have much for breakfast and stuff on Easter or any of the holidays because the meals are so big. I like to eat early. I can't believe that we're not eating till 2:00 tomorrow. You know,
you like to eat earlier than that.
I like to eat early so that you can eat a second time.
Yeah. 2:00.
So you're growing your own. Uptown's growing your own stuff too. That's cool. I have a little bit I'm growing outside too. I've got some plants that are started here in dirt, and they're not doing that well. All my hydroponic plants are just doing great. They're taking off and they're just healthy. And we've eaten salads. There's actually videos where we harvested, and that's what we're having that tomorrow too. That's going to be one of the things we're having for our Easter dinner.
Right, we're going to harvest some of the lettuce and that to make a salad for everybody.
Right, we're going to make salad tomorrow so that everybody has a chance to try my new lettuce. And we have so many varieties. It's just look, you can see the joy coming out. It's like I grew this right here out of seeds too. These gardens you're able to buy. Or let's see.
I gotta say, Dublin, Ireland, Zila Love is in the house. Yeah. So you were talking about the garden?
Well, I was just talking about how there's so many different varieties of lettuce here, and how well that's going, and I'm excited about it.
I'm just excited about it with Edie. And then she lists me every once in a while, says, we get some free seeds. Which ones do you want? And she'll show me the phone. I'll pick some stuff out.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe that we can grow this stuff. I mean, I can't wait to see the cucumbers and see what they look like.
Wesley, go for hydroponics. Do something hydroponics right there in the house, and you can grow it all year round. You figure you were watching while we were harvesting cherry tomatoes all winter long. Now that did finally die, but a couple of the seeds have gotten like mixed up to where I thought it was one thing and it was really another. So there's this little weird plant growing right now, right? And it says on there spinach, but I use the Google search, right? The Google search, right? And it comes out. It's called Mexican tea, which there's
so then
another.
You had to look up Mexican tea to see what that was.
Yeah, and it's like some kind of herb that like you can either put a leaf in your. You guys know what Mexican tea is? Like they said, you can put a leaf in like it if you're cooking beans or something, and it supposedly takes the gas out of the beans, and then it also has like these flavors in it that enhance.
That's a lucky accident.
You have to be careful too, though. They say don't overdo it on it. No, this started with an A, I think it was. I can't remember what it was. If anybody has the ability to, because everything I'm using is all, let's see. I don't celebrate in Easter, but you will love my veggie green room garden. It is so pretty. Well, it's okay if you don't celebrate Easter. We're doing Passover and Easter, and it's not about, we're not like hardcore anything. We're just having ourselves a good time.
Fun, maybe.
We're fun. We're hardcore fun. Let's see. I want to set up microgreens. I got packets of microgreens here. And let me open this. Look at these. See these? These are little, I probably should order the little things. You can lay these down, I guess. I haven't done them yet. The lady gave them to me. But you can lay these down and like little microgreens grow up out of them. And then you throw them on a
salad and stuff too. Greetings from the Netherlands. Wow, everybody from all over the world here today.
Hey, this is really, welcome everybody.
Cool. What a morning. What a morning.
Hey, G-Rod, how you doing? So yesterday, I told this story while we were out.
Okay.
But we'll tell them what happened. Yesterday, I went to Aldi's grocery shopping, right? And I wore this hat, and I had a really nice time shopping in my bunny hat. I mean, and today, if I go out somewhere, chances are I'm going to wear my bunny hat. If you see somebody out there in a bunny hat, say to them, say, "Hey, I like your hat," because
How many
it's
people
about
won't say
fun.
something?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's amazing how people try to look at you and don't look at you. They'll like look away, like you got like I don't know a horn coming out the side of your head, and they shouldn't mention it, or something like that. Just trying not
Yeah.
to. But I was out and I was on my way home, and I pulled up beside this guy, and he was playing really a heavy duty rap music in his truck, and he had his windows down. It was 80 degrees out yesterday, and he's over there boom 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 boom, and music's going and stuff. And so I roll my window down, and I look over at him, and I start going like this, and I'm bopping to his music too, right? And he looks over at me, and he looks back, and I just kept doing this. All of a sudden, he just bust out laughing. You could tell he just thought it was a blast. And then as I turned the corner to come home, he honked, bye bye, because I made his day, having a little fun.
Yeah, it is. It's all about making someone laugh.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I missed this comment from Haley when we were talking about growing
Uh-huh.
vegetables. That I have one basil plant I've kept alive for 6 months, and that's very new for me. I understand that. I
There's
get
some
that.
serious basil going back here. We got this
Oh.
lemon basil. It's huge.
Yeah, I've been wanting to cook and keep telling Edie, "Oh, I'll cook and I'll put the lemon basil," and I haven't been cooking. And so I actually made a sandwich yesterday, cheese sandwich, and I put the lemon basil, a couple leaves on there, like you would put lettuce on your sandwich. I put the lemon basil. Boy, was that good! Really
Yes, he
good.
did. He needed a goofy granny in his life. I mean, because you could tell he's hardcore. I mean, that music was like, boom, boom, and it was saying all kind of nasty stuff, And I mean, when I looked over there, and I mean, he couldn't. If he wouldn't laugh, there was something wrong with him. He really laughed though. When he busted out laughing, it was just like I was so happy for him because when somebody's in that frame of mind when their world's so dark,
Yeah.
and to be able to make them smile,
Uh-huh. And there's another lady who came up to you in Aldi.
Oh,
And
she leaned in and she whispered to me, and it was funny. She whispered to me, she says, you can't come out here dressed like that. And I thought, oh my God, she's going to say something mean, right? She said, unless you're giving out chocolate. And I was like, son of a gun. I never even thought to have Hershey Kisses in my pocket.
Yeah, but we can't do that now. That's the other thing.
Why? Can't give out Hershey
Kisses? You can't
Kisses?
give out candy to kids.
Oh, well,
if the parents are with them, if they can have it, but then what if the kids take it from somebody sometime when the parents aren't there because they said, "Oh,
well, they
okay."
shouldn't take it from me, even if I'm in disguise as the Easter
Right.
Bunny. Do not.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can't do it anymore.
It was funny though. Last night
we were at the restaurant last night. All the family with their little kids that kept looking and pointing at us because there were bunny rabbits in the restaurant.
Yeah, I heard these people behind us, and they were actually basically threatening their children with the Easter Bunny. If you don't be good, then the Easter Bunny's not going to bring you in. And the little girl's like, but the Easter Bunny. And so I peeked around and waved to them, let them know, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. The thing with the candy, you just can't come from the back of a van and the thing, just give it to the adults, right?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if I go out today, I'll pick up some Hershey Kisses or something.
That look like little bunny rabbits.
Just regular.
Do they make any like that? They
no,
should.
But they make them with a pretty color wrappers on them.
Like Easter eggs dyed all these different colors.
Yeah, make sure you're tapping on that screen because tapping is clapping. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? So, we've been on here an hour.
Yeah, I'm Judy.
And I'm Edie.
And together we're the Rainbow Grannies.
That's right. We come on here every Saturday and Sunday, God willing, and the creek don't rise. And we have coffee with the Rainbow Grannies. We are part of the LGBT plus community. That's and right. Yes, we're married.
We are. We're married. This fall will make the anniversary 4
years, yeah. Wow. But we've been together 11 years or so now. So
let's see.
Oh, we will. We'll wear the bunny ears tomorrow. Believe me, you're gonna get to see them again.
So let's see. Come to think about it, can't recall a story where a person dressed up like a bunny costume, giving out candy, and kids got sick. No, I never heard of the story. But yeah, like Halloween, stranger danger. Can't you don't want
Yeah.
to do that?
Just want to make them smile.
So
hey, Lavender Menace, how you doing, girl? I know I got another pair of ears in there. That remember I arm wrestled Lavender Menace at the Goodwill for.
that was Lavender Menace. You wrestled for the other bunny ears.
Yep.
Don't worry, Edie still wears those too.
Yeah.
So, Wesley had to
Oh,
work out of work
wait.
tomorrow on Easter
Wait,
Sunday.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I think I discovered that I'm a furry. I think I'm a furry. I think I really am. You know how, like, I think I'm coming out to you guys right now.
Then I must be.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think you, whatever whatever it is, because right, we have to accept whatever it is. I think I'm a furry because I actually put on this rabbit hat. And the only part that's bothering me is like how it's a little itchy under my chin here, which I'm sure if I wore it on a regular basis, like daily, I could probably figure out something to fix it. But I got this warm feeling when I put this on, and every time I look over at Judy,
you get so excited.
I do. She makes me just like, ooh. I mean, more excited than on the normal excited. This is like a special excited. This is a special bunny excited. Hey, how about give me a piece of lettuce? I'm feeling a piece of lettuce right now. Do you want the snippers?
Can I just tear it off?
You can. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, so
yeah, because
you gonna eat it or Edie, when you look at Judy, your ears raise up.
That's good.
The tooth fairy. What is
okay? I do recall a story in the 70s where they caught a burglar in the middle of the night in a house, and he said he was a tooth fairy.
Wow.
Well, that's so the kids wouldn't get scared.
So anyway, in your secret private life, because my life is pretty much out there right now.
Okay. So you're asking everybody.
I'm asking all the rest of you guys. Have you ever put on like a furry hat or something like this and had like this like warm feeling that comes over you? Like this, like you feel kind of like.
Yeah, and Edie's missing the bunny tail. We have to find a bunny tail for her. She feels so naked without
I'm sure my kindergarten students would love you guys to come visit.
We would love it.
Yeah, okay. We'll come. Yeah.
Oh, Alex says, I can't say that I
have. Well, Alex, you haven't lived until you put on a bunny hat and had that warm feeling that like comes over you like, just a... It is. It's the. Oh,
my ear fell.
There, you feel better now, huh?
Maybe leave the collar at home for the kindergarten class. That might be. So we watched a movie the other night on Netflix. A Viola Davis movie. They're really making Edie work on TikTok to show that she's a real person live on here.
Did you see that?
Yeah. So
how do I identify? Well,
I'll talk about the movie later.
Yeah. I identify as, well,
Edie Rainbow Granny.
Oh, I was gonna say I think I need help on this.
Edie Rainbow Granny. I don't know what else. Everything falls into that.
I don't know. Let's see. The warm and the fuzzies. Well, I would have never dreamed in a million years that I would get this feeling by wearing. It might be a hot flash.
I think you're just in love with me because you're always dressed up in costumes.
But this is special, though. This is really special. Look how cute you are.
You met
she is the cutest bunny.
Normally you're by yourself getting all these costumes, and then you hand one to me and say, "Here,
what do you think
this for TikTok?"
Well, do you think that if you're
Mm.
by yourself and you're dressing up in a furry outfit, all by yourself in your room, all by yourself, don't you think that's a little weird?
Well, only because you're just coming out of the furry, and now
So,
you gotta go find the
so
other.
if you're dressing up in a furry outfit,
Mhm.
you should at least have a friend to do it with,
Uh-huh.
because otherwise it makes you weird. Just somebody,
Mm.
it's like putting on a bra and undies and like dancing around your bedroom all by yourself. That's weird. Don't you think it's weird?
I don't know.
If you know,
If it's
like,
foreplay, it might be fun.
but that's because you're doing it with somebody.
No, maybe you're getting ready for a date, but you're still doing it with somebody. Even
Yeah,
if you're doing it to
you're
get ready for
building
a
it. It's not
date.
like I'm all by myself. I ain't dancing around in the bedroom all by myself in my.
Well, what
Yeah.
about people who are single and don't
Oh,
have
I think
somebody
it's
at the moment?
sad. It's sad. If I had to put on this hat all by myself and just sit here, but
Yeah. But Tiger says I do that when I drink too much.
just put on a bra and undies and a bunny hat and
And a
just
bunny hat
and just
dancing in
dance
front of
around.
the mirror. So anybody here from Paris? Because some gay folks who told me that they went from the States, went to Paris and said when they went to the gay club in Paris, there were all these mirrors and people just watching themselves dance. They're not even dancing with their partner.
Oh yeah.
And now that might have been one person who said that, who went to one club who saw that. And so I want to know, did anybody else ever experience something like that? Like, is it a cultural thing, or is it just this person just got mesmerized by somebody who just watched himself dance in the mirror?
I don't know, but Goldie, she's
They can do
familiar.
it without the bunny hat.
Yeah, she does the bra and undies dancing around the bedroom without the bunny hat. You should get. I don't think you lived to tell you had a bunny hat on.
Sounds like the most stereotypical French person ever. Okay, good. It was a long time ago, but it just popped in my head when you talked about
What's that say
dressing up
there?
and dancing in the mirror. Edie and Judy, do you remember the old
Leave
Leave
it to
It to
Beaver.
Beaver episode where the beaver had to walk to school in a bunny outfit because the car broke down? He was going to be in a school play. No, but
No,
that
I
sounds
don't.
good.
But it was okay.
Goldie does this almost every day. Dancing.
Well, you know what? And who are we to judge?
That's right.
You know,
I
you're
thought
having a
Rainbow
good
Granny was
time.
non-judgmental.
I am not.
Mhm.
Well, I am a little bit, but I'm no more judgmental than the rest of the world. You know, if you
No,
want to dress
I
up
think
and
you were
dance
just
around,
feeling a little shy because this is what you would like to do and you're afraid to because people will think you're weird, but they won't even know you're doing it.
you know, when I rode down through Wheeling the other day, they
Yeah.
had them bunny outfits in that one store again, and they're all for sale.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I bet they'll really be for sale on Monday.
I bet they're hot too.
Mhm.
I mean, like hot as in
Hot to
he
wear
hot.
because
Yeah.
these are hot to wear.
Do you think?
Because when
Oh,
we
that's
got
what
these
I was
in
wondering
Seattle, it
too.
was in the 50s, so they were really snug and warm and nice.
Do
But
we
we didn't
have
even wear them.
anybody here that's watching us that identifies as a furry? Because I do
Edie's
have a
got
couple
questions for
questions.
you.
I
That's
do.
right.
I want to know, because I don't have nothing against furries. I mean,
Oh, Edie's been intrigued ever since, Pittsburgh is one of the places where we have the Furry Convention.
yeah, and I've
Like
never
every
gone,
year, I think.
and maybe this year we could go.
Okay.
You know, I mean, even if we just wear something mild like this, nothing
Mm-hmm.
extreme.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't extreme. Some
Mm-hmm.
people really spend thousands and thousands of
Oh
dollars on
yeah, we
their
won't do
outfit.
that for anything. You're gonna go get the bunny outfit for almost free from Wheeling on Monday.
That's right. And I got the rest of the year work on like fixing them new suits and stuff. You know, they're dry cleaner and everything because
My
some of them
cat,
looked a little beat up.
my cat thinks he's a dog. Does that count?
So if you're into if you're into the furries, and I know that nobody on here said yes, I am, but maybe you know a furry. If you're into it and everything like that, is it something that you just break out at a certain year, a certain time of the year, like when they have a furry convention? Or is it something that you sit around the house, like watching TV, dressed up like this, or like furries, or,
Mm-hmm.
is it just something like on a freaky Saturday night, you put your furry outfit
Mm-hmm.
on, because I want to know.
I remember when we went to the gay community center in Pittsburgh in downtown. And there were all these young kids.
They all had
They were all
tails.
wearing tails.
Yeah.
And it wasn't during the furry convention.
No.
They were all wearing tails.
Yeah.
And it was a thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think I look funny with the tail on, though.
Without
I
the
think
bunny
that,
ears.
yeah, well, I don't think it's something that you should probably wear. Like, I don't think I could wear this bunny hat, like, say, around Thanksgiving.
No, because they would think that you're supposed to wear a turkey hat.
Yeah, I did wear a turkey hat before.
A tail convention?
Well, they have a furry convention here in
yeah.
Pittsburgh, and it's huge. It's
Every
so
year.
big that
And downtown is
all
filled.
all the
furries are out
hotels
walking around.
sell out, and you can't find
Yeah.
a place to stay. There's, I mean, they sell out. The convention center is huge, and you can't fit and not another tail in there.
So Haley is saying, one of my good friends is a furry, and I thought Edie might be too when she talked about the warm feeling she got in the ears. My friend described it the same way. My friend does it at conventions and when she's at home alone. She says it's a way to free herself from social interactions with humans that gives her a ton of anxiety.
Wow.
To her, it's not sexual, but to some it is.
Huh. Well,
there you go.
I don't think it's sexual.
Except that I look cuter to you.
Well, you are not cuter. You're cute. You're just a
okay.
cute bunny. Look how cute you are. Look.
Thank you.
She's so cute.
You should rent a room. You should rent out a room during the convention and pick their brain. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a fur convention. Maybe they need a place.
Only if they'll put a flea collar on before they come in. Because we don't want no fleas around here, nothing.
Yeah, we actually talked about the golf tournament that's happening here too. That we should have rented out a room.
The Oakmont Golf Tournament is having a big golf thing here, and people are renting their houses out for $70,000 a week. Now, if I could rent my house out for $70,000 a week, I'd rent it for $70,000, and I'll cook you a meal once a day. Look, like, do you want breakfast before you left? Right. That's what we can make sure you got a nice breakfast, a continental kind of. I could even do up like some eggs and maybe some sausage or something like that.
Fresh herbs in it.
Oh yeah, definitely. A little fruit bowl and something. Just give you.
Maybe we can think about this.
$70,000 a week. Wouldn't that be nice? And I mean, we could a breakfast, some muffins, toast, biscuits one day. And then they take care of whatever they're eating during the day because they got to buy the dinner out.
$7,000 a week, but these might be folks who live closer to the.
We're not that far.
No,
we're not that far.
No,
you know what? For $70,000, I could drop you off at the thing. That's Oakmont. That's not that far. $70,000 a week
and
breakfast and drop you off.
And they don't have to take an Uber.
Look, I'll cook you a meal. It's a bowl of cornflakes. I'm not cooking cornflakes, but I'm telling you, that's a lot of money. $70,000 for 1 week. I know it could be a busy week. We'd have to, tidy up. We'd
have to look quick how you do this so that everybody's safe. So that like if you do an Airbnb, there's probably all kinds of stuff you gotta qualify for.
I don't know, $70,000,
man. Find out how people do it.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
In 1 week.
In 1 week.
Well,
I'd rent it an extra week too, so they could, if they want to come and get used to the area and stuff like that, because I'm greedy.
Give them a discount in the first week. Let's see. I'd do more for less.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, I did. I looked it up, and there was people that were renting houses for $70,000 in the Oakmont area for a week of being at the golf thing. Now, we all know people that golf is not a cheap sport, so they must have the money. And this is a big tournament that they're coming to the area for. And Oakmont really doesn't have any hotels.
No, it doesn't.
It has no hotels. So there's a bunch of Airbnbs being sold, being rented out there. People renting their houses out. All the hotels are taken within a 10-mile radius of the place.
Discount the first week, more the second week.
Yep. Yeah, once I get them hooked on my sausage and gravy and,
And because you watch Judge Judy so often, do you think she would do it like gratis for you if you send her a contract and say they just look legal? Would it hold up in court? Might be a good idea to
See, all
start
Judy's worried
Airbnb
about
in
is
my house to make up the difference. That's somebody just lost more than that much money in the last 2 days.
ah,
Yeah, that must be the political thing that we're staying away from.
yeah, I know it's rough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So so how do we see? I'm feeling risky and brave now, and then by tomorrow I'll be like wiped out again. But what do you think? How did this work? Did anybody ever rent out their house for an event like that? You're not an Airbnb.
Well, with the Airbnb, I think they take part of your money.
Right. Where we just rent it out ourselves.
Well, I think because they advertise, you can advertise it through them.
Right.
But we're only advertising it for a one-time function.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're going to be doing this every
But
Saturday.
we might be doing it for the Furry Convention.
Ain't that the truth? Macy, can you see? I could even run a shuttle. Because parking down there is a bear too in the city.
Oh, yeah.
I can see me now renting a minivan or a regular full-size van and driving all the furries downtown and then open the door and see them all pal out. Don't you think that'd be so much fun?
Wow, we could talk with everybody on the block here and say, hey, you want to rent out your house? We could all do this.
Not everybody's crazy, So
put it on Facebook Marketplace. I know they charge for people to park on your property. Yeah, we've seen that too.
Should I get more coffee?
Oh, I'll get more coffee first. Yeah, because we were driving when we were on our way to Elk County or someplace like that. We went by where there was a festival and people were all parking in people's driveways and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't enough room.
Oh, yeah. They charge like $10 to park in your driveway. Yeah. That would be nice. But we're not close enough for that.
I'm getting Edie some coffee and me. Do anybody else need a refill?
Anybody need any coffee? Judy's getting coffee.
Shout it out. Edie will shout it out for me.
Yeah, I'll tell her what she needs while she's in there. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us and hanging out. Do me a favor, tap, tap, tap on the screen there. I see we have 35,000 likes. I love you too, and it's just a good time. We come on here on Saturday and Sunday morning. He always wants that, so I just get away. My cat always wants one of my tools. Grandizer said he'd like a half a cup, please. Okay. You want any cream or sugar in that?
How many sugars do you want in yours?
I want 3 in mine.
Okay.
3 in mine, and I like enough almond milk to make it light, real light.
Okay.
Let's see. Tammy says, I love watching y'all. Tammy, thank you so much. We love doing it. The problem is we can't figure out how to really monetize in order to get me some real money. I feel like I'm definitely going to need to subsidize my retirement here. So I know that, we get a little bit, and it's usually enough to, buy us a pizza or some coffee once a week or whatever. But I want to know how these big influencers really just like take it to town and back, and they don't even have rabbit ears, They're making all these thousands and thousands of dollars, and they don't even have rabbit ears. Let's see, either rent a room, the furries, or revisit the only grands. Is that like the only ones or only, because I have thought about doing those pictures of our feet. Hey, how do you think that would work? Like if I do the pictures of our feet with us with the bunny outfits on, OnlyFans, yeah. The OnlyFans thing where we can like do pictures of our feet. If you subscribe right now, Judy and I will intertwine our toes and show them on camera. If you subscribe right now. If you subscribe right now,
The only grands. What's the only grands?
It's like OnlyFans.
Oh.
But I guess it's old people. Judy said nope.
So what do
Judy,
you think?
Big twice if you're in danger. You're just fine, aren't you?
So is it possible to rent out our house for the golf tournament, but still be here with them because we're doing it more like a bed and breakfast?
Yes, and I
Because that
can't.
could make me nervous is leaving the house.
We're not going to leave our house. It would
Okay.
be a, you know.
And we have a place to go to if we wanted to. It's just,
Yeah, but we're not going to.
that's the only thing that scares me.
Yeah, there
Even
ain't
with
no
the
party
furries, it's like,
happening here. I ain't coming back and find out where they done partied. But these are a different kind of
right,
clientele.
right.
You
I
know.
know, and I thought about that, but
I mean,
still
for
makes
that
me.
kind of money, I'll throw your stuff in the laundry. You know, I mean, that's $70,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a lot of money.
70,000?
70,000 for 1 week. People are renting
and
houses.
I would have done it for $7,000.
70,000. Golf people are too classy for that. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't be doing their laundry. But I can fix up some scrambled eggs and maybe a fruit bowl and some wheat toast or something. Remember, my sister makes all those jellies.
Yeah.
We could have like a big old selection of different kinds of jellies to go on their wheat toast.
True. I would have done it for $7,000 in this economy.
$7.
Yeah. Oh, for $7. Almost a carton of eggs.
Yeah, we have them all show up with a carton of eggs at the door.
So I'm thinking, so that could be something possible. Let's think about this. Let's see. Because
she's just saying that.
No, we could do that. What month is it?
It's coming up because I saw this young lady.
Like is it in May?
Or I don't know, but I saw this young lady that's in Oakmont, and she's doing crafts.
Yeah.
And she's doing crafts that involve Oakmont golf course. And so you can buy her crafts right there, and it's like a champagne mug or a glass, and it's painted on there, hand painted, real pretty little. It was a little squirrel on it and stuff. And so, you know, she's making her money and getting ready to do her thing. I mean, I don't know if they have if we'll be able to set up a stand out there on the sidewalk in Oakmont. It's June. Thank you. It's June 9th to 15th this year.
Okay. Okay.
I got so much going on this year. Every month we have something going on. We feel like people that have nothing going on, but
we got tons of stuff going on.
It's like what's
like
going
it all
on
hits at
next
one
month
time. Next month
May.
is May. May
is next month May.
Yeah, next month is May. We don't have anything scheduled for May. When are we going to the beach? That's
June.
Yeah, we got a beach and a wedding to go to in June.
Don't we have something we have to do in May too?
I think you were thinking about making a visit to family.
Oh, okay. There's something else going on though. There's something. Well, we better really look it up.
Look at our calendar, huh? And then we got a wedding to go to in August. And July might be a festival, a women's music festival.
Well, thank you very much, everybody that's joining us, hanging out with us. You know, we can have a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't want to wear these Easter Bunny eggs or legs, Easter Bunny ears. I didn't want to wear this. This was Judy doing it. You could. How come nobody wants me to blink twice if I'm safe? You know, how come you? Oh, thanks for the gifts. How come you think that I'm the bad bunny here? Why do you do that? You just want me to go off and act up. So why does she lick my face and make me crazy?
I kiss you like a fish. I was trying to think how a bunny would kiss you. Okay.
Sweet Marie, I haven't seen you in a long time. Stop it.
Somebody needs her morning coffee and happy pills.
That makes me crazy. Oh, Dylan, help me. Edie, blink 3 times if you need help.
Oh,
help me.
And Haley's saying, I feel like you can charge more too for a B&B. You know, we have to think about this ahead of time for next time because
there is no next time. There is no next time when it comes down to this Oakmont.
You know, we have a wedding to go to that week, so and so we can't do it unless we just kick them out the last day.
Blink 17 times if you're in danger. That would be like a seizure. Yeah. I'm fine. I'm not in danger. I'm fine. You know, I'm just fine.
Besides, what are you gonna do? You gonna watch it and let it go viral, or you gonna call 911 for us? Yeah. TikTok comments are wild. You know, they're pretty wild here on YouTube too.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Don't
Hey,
just hand it
I
all
want to
over
let
to the
everybody know
TikTok
over
people.
here on TikTok that we have a YouTube channel, and our YouTube channel is Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies, and of course we're trying to grow that channel. So what we want is we gotta think of a secret. We want for you to pop over there to YouTube and make sure that you're following us on there. Make sure that you add it to your stuff so that it helps. Sweet Marie, we miss you too. You know, I mean, every Saturday and Sunday is not the same without you. Look, I'm getting sad. You seen what a sad bunny looks like?
Here's some kisses for the gift. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the kit.
Granddad was asking, Edie and Judy,
Yes.
in the 60s or 70s, did you ever get a live bunny as a gift for Easter?
No,
Sisters
my mother
used to
wasn't
get them as
crazy.
gifts.
Yes, they
People
did.
give baby chicks as gifts too, right?
Well, back then.
And then what did they all do? Like,
And
did they live
ducks.
on a farm?
People had no. People used to get ducks too, but my mom would never get me a duck or a chicken. I was neglected, just totally, completely neglected. Uh-oh, this one's gonna die.
Oh, your computer here.
But that's
right.
okay.
We'll the camera anyway. We're just
yeah.
reading on another computer because that one's too far away to read.
No, yes.
Old eyes.
Let's see. Bad to say.
They raised them and then ate them for them. They did not.
No.
They did not. You can't eat a kid's pet. I
Yes,
mean,
you can.
Didn't you ever read Charlotte's Web?
Yes, you can. But that's not like when I was little and the lucky kids that parents loved them, the ones that really, really got loved, they got like a duck.
Yeah.
And like they would get a baby duck. And like the one store, we had Hiles Bike Shop in Bel Air, and the whole window would be full of all these little ducks and chicks, and like there was a swimming pool for them and stuff, and we would go there and stand at the window, and they colored them. They would be like pink and blue and yellow.
Really?
Yeah, they were real pastel, real cute. You know, I know it's not politically correct. Yes, you know, I know it's
no
not
wonder
correct
they don't
now.
do this anymore.
But they'd be all colors and everything. And I remember standing there at the window looking just envious and of all the nice children that their parents really, really loved them. The ones that would get them a real duck or a chicken, because I never got one. I you know, if I'd have got one, my grandpa would have killed it. And
I know that's the thing. I'm thinking live bunny. Your grandpa used to hunt bunnies, and you ate bunnies.
If I got a chick, it
bunny.
wouldn't matter if I got a chick, a duck, a bunny, or whatever. As soon as it got a little size to it, grandpa would have been out there, and that would have been it. You know, and I'd have looked around, and I'd have said, "Wonder what happened to the bunny." He said, "I don't know. Eat your dinner."
Hey, give me some kisses for gifts.
Thumper. That my baby's under there.
I didn't thump on him because Wesley said that you have to stamp your foot when I kiss you.
Oh, okay. So anyway, they had the bunnies, the free bunnies and stuff, and so kids would get them. But when the duck would get big enough that you couldn't keep it at home, you know, because people don't have the setup around the house to just keep ducks.
Right.
You know, they would take it to like Ogilvy. And so there was an actual sign at Ogilvy saying, "Please do not dump your domesticated ducks here."
Oh, because they're not going to survive in a while.
Well, they weren't supposed to be over there hanging out with the undomesticated ducks. You know, there's a difference. So.
Yeah, I didn't know that either till like just a few years ago. I didn't know that it was a thing to give kids baby chicks or baby duck.
Yeah.
Now, baby bunny, because I know people kept pet bunnies in a big cage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I can't
imagine. I know somebody
chicks,
now that has one.
I can't imagine chicks or ducks because they live outside, man. They just poop all over the place.
So do ducks. I mean, well, ducks do.
I'm thinking about ducks and geese.
Oh my, it can be a horrible mess. And then them bunnies make a bad mess too. You have to clean up after them. You know, they smell like bunnies. Oh,
I don't remember that.
Wait a minute.
Maybe you like the smell of bunny.
No, I don't like the smell of bunnies.
You must like the smell of bunny. Yeah.
So somebody said the bunnies don't have the survive, or not the bunny.
Yeah, but the ducks don't have the survival skills.
Well, you don't have to survive really when you're at Ogilvy.
Yeah, you don't think the Hawks come down there?
Well, there was always somebody throwing breadcrumbs and popcorn.
Yeah.
I don't think you can feed them popcorn though, because I think it gets stuck.
Yeah, but the other ducks know how to go after that food. And could you imagine, you know, the little duck that's been that's been nursed and bottle fed and all this kind of stuff, duck wise.
I should
Trying to
probably
go
go
out
out there
there.
and show the rest of the bunnies how to cross the street.
So they don't get hit by a car.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, especially to not be driving in front of Edie, the Ford truck driver, trying to run over.
Well, you know what I did
Little
tell Judy
squirrel.
yesterday? If my knee and hip and stuff wasn't so bad, I think it would have been so fun to hop while we were leaving the
I know that would have
leaving the
been, but I
store.
couldn't even imagine. I didn't have the strength, and my back would hurt.
I think it
So-
would have been fun to hop.
Kelly said, "I just remember the yellow dress Mom would put me in."
Oh, I know. You know what? I saw this thing yesterday, and Easter's not the same since Payless shoe store closed.
Oh yeah.
You know, because Payless shoe store was where everybody went to
Go
get
and
their
get
Easter
new
shoes.
Easter shoes.
So you went and
yeah.
got them shiny shoes so that you'd have something, to wear with your new ugly dress. But it was a big old pretty dress, yes.
So what about movies and cartoons? At Christmas we get all these movies and cartoons and stuff. Well, how
Yeah.
come Easter we don't have any?
I don't know.
There should be some movies and cartoons. And there used to be Thanksgiving. I remember there used to be some cartoons on Thanksgiving that I would just love to watch, and
I
then
don't
they
remember.
don't play them anymore.
Well, I think this is along the lines of Peter Cottontail.
Yeah.
Peter Cottontail. Here comes Peter
Cottontail,
Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Bringing all the girls and boys baskets full of Easter joys, things to make your Easter bright and gay. She's got jelly beans for salsa.
I don't know the words.
Okay.
All I know is Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny trail.
Well, that's because you were raised different. See,
because
for
I
us,
can't hear the words.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I've seen you two for a while. So happy to see you. Hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly, it's good to see you too. Thank you very much. I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And together we're the Rainbow Grannies. Did you see my new
Hey.
necklace? It's one of them little cute choker chain things. This is like one of them things that make you like, it's a collar. That's what it is. Like I'm a pet bunny.
You're a pet bunny.
Pet
bunny.
Yeah, I am.
Hi, pet bunny.
Oh, that's cat.
Oh,
What kind of noises do bunnies make?
they don't make any noise. Oh, Roman, that must be where gay bunnies are.
Oh my God, is
We'll
that
have
the
to
new
look
gay
that up.
club? Oh my God.
We should open a club and call it that.
Yeah.
Because Romans, they were all gay.
Oh, they wore
Oh my
those cute
God.
little dresses.
Yeah, they did.
Remember that one?
And high boots and high tie-up boots too.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was really nice. Thank you for
Yeah.
letting us know the name of the new gay club.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else going on, guys? Because otherwise we're out of here and we will be
'Cause
back
Edie's got some
tomorrow.
cooking to do.
I gotta get in that kitchen and start boiling up some stuff.
And I got to start cleaning up my mess in the house because we haven't guests. So we were away all week for work, and then I had to catch up on other work all week. And the house, I just destroyed the house. So
I'm telling you though, I really don't feel like going in there and messing around with the kitchen.
you might want to start. I'll wash the dishes that are in the sink and clear that
There's
out.
only
for
a
you.
couple in there. That's not like a big deal.
So I should wait till you're done cooking because then
Yeah,
I have to
probably.
cook everything.
Yep.
I mean, clean everything. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you
I know.
cook. It's only fair, and I know that you hate to clean dishes.
Yeah. So what else? Anything else going on? Make sure you tap on that screen. What time is it? It's 9:36. I could go put the pot of water on right now while I still finish talking.
Next year, you can spend some of that 70,000 K on having Easter catered.
That is a thought. But everybody really, really likes what I cook. My daughter really loves my broccoli casserole. And my son-in-law, he fixes a really nice ham. He can fix a ham without drying it out. Hey, Billy the kid, how you doing? Are you serious right now? I think I am.
Anything.
I think I am. I'm pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we look serious? I think you look serious. Let me give you kisses. That's how serious I am. I am so serious you can't even imagine how serious I am. I am serious. I'm so serious.
So Granddaughter wants to know if we're gonna wear the baby chick costumes and hats tomorrow.
We don't have baby chick
Well, yes.
costumes, but if I had them, I would.
Did you send them by express? Should we look at the mailbox tomorrow?
We're doing pretty good. Let's see. I love this so much. Glad I finally caught you live. Thank you, Freddie.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll be
glad you
back
did
tomorrow. It's
too.
Easter tomorrow, but we'll be back tomorrow, right at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Why don't you talk for a few minutes while I put that pot on?
Yeah. So we're gonna stay here longer because
Yeah.
Edie's gonna start doing some of the cooking now while we're on here, and then it doesn't feel so bad for her to do it. So let's see. You've got 22 hours to find one. Yeah, the chick outfit. Actually, we don't because we got a lot to do to get ready if we're having Easter here tomorrow. Edie got a lot of cooking to do with me. I have a lot of cleaning to do. So we did. I was saying that we watched a movie on Netflix yesterday, or sometime this week. The Netflix movie called G20. Is that what it's called? With Viola Davis. Has anybody seen that? I mean, I just love it. Anytime Viola Davis is in a movie, I watch it. She played the President of the United States, and it was a meeting of the G20 crew, and they were meeting in South Africa, and then there were some bad guys. And so, of course, President Viola Davis, she kicks ass in this movie. It was wonderful. I liked this one. I liked her when she was in the Woman King movie. I liked it when she was in what was that motor one called? How to Get Away with Murder TV series. I mean,
Yeah.
and then she plays in August Wilson Plays on stage, so she was also cast in August Wilson Plays in the movie. So, did anybody see this one? Okay, it's on my list. Yeah, I love her. Yeah. And did anybody remember about Viola Davis and How to Get Away with Murder? And she had a certain walk because she would be walking in those fields and she was dog ass tired by the end of the day. So when we were watching her in here and she would be walking fast, Edie said she's not doing that. She's not doing that walk. I said different show, but you know what? After a while, she still had a very unique Viola Davis walk. She did. So it was a good movie. I really recommend it. So it's not a gay movie, but it is definitely a women kick ass movie because she wasn't the only woman in there who kicked ass, but she was the star of the show. So that was my movie review. So what else had folks seen? Um, yeah, I love that show. Yeah. Oh,
Here I come. Sweet potatoes are on there, getting ready to boil.
Very good. Sweet potato.
Yep.
Could you go make sweet potato pie?
No.
No. Could you go to make sweet potato casserole?
Something like that, yeah. Just my sweet potatoes with brown sugar and a little cinnamon and some butter, and I layer them and everything, and they're just so delicious. I've mastered this after all these years. You know, I mean, you often wonder how grandma managed to fix something that was just so special, and I fixed them before and they weren't special, but all of a sudden I got to the age where evidently they're special, because the kids like them and everything. Have you watched
the Pit on Max?
No, but I think I've heard about it. Yeah.
So what is the Pit about? I don't think we get Max, do we?
I don't know if we do. I don't know. So let's see what else is happening.
What else? So any other movies that you've watched? Any gay movies out there? What was the last gay movie we watched?
I don't know.
I know we saw some Life in an ER. That's a movie too, or TV series? Actually, the good show. Have yet to catch. Okay, welcome and everyone. Keep tapping from Pittsburgh together. 11 years, married 2.
Thank you very much.
Married 3.
Almost. Yeah, we were married 3.
4.
Yeah.
Almost 4.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Where you going?
I'm gonna go bring the book down. So if you leave me again, I have a book I can show.
I thought maybe she was going to check out all the other bunnies.
What other bunny?
I got an extra room upstairs, and I locked up all the other bunnies upstairs.
Oh, you did?
All the baby
bunnies.
We got.
Are we giving everybody a baby bunny tomorrow for Easter?
No.
Are we keeping them all?
No.
What are we doing with
them? We're going to give everybody an Easter bunny.
We're going to give everybody Easter bunny tomorrow. Y'all coming tomorrow? Edie's going to give away Easter bunnies, baby Easter bunnies tomorrow. Oh.
The plant collector. That's me too. Well, I don't really collect. I'm more or less I don't think I'm collecting.
Oh, and somebody did ask me about the plants behind us, but I didn't think it was my place to talk about
You
them because you
can.
plant them and
Oh,
you
but
do
that's
the job.
okay.
I can just tell.
That's
Oh, these
basil.
tomato plants back here.
Yes.
Whoa, look at that tomato plant. I'm learning leaves more and more. I'm surprised at how much I already knew and could recognize the leaves. But I didn't know bunnies don't have paw pads.
I didn't know that neither.
They don't?
Wow. Well, I know we had talked a little bit. I'm still into the furry thing.
Okay.
You know, you want to go get your
Is
book?
anybody here who's a furry?
You want to go get your
I'll
book,
go
and
get the
I'll
book.
talk about the
Furry thing?
yeah.
Oh, you
I'll
don't
make
want me
my
to
true
hear
confessions and everything. I just
we got to remember to say something for the secret too. Doesn't have to be this.
I can't never,
saying.
you know, anything.
Can't ever plan anything because I interrupt the plan.
But anything I know that, but that is, but I no, I can't think of any secrets because I just talk about whatever I talk
Everything.
about. Right. And anything that like is really, really secret, I can't talk about because, you know, they'll be like talking about
Granddaughter wants to know.
my ear's not right. Granddaughter wants to know
Is there
what.
any special music that you will play while you cook today?
No.
That's you. I'm the one who plays music when I cook.
Yeah.
I play music when I cook.
I got music in my head at all times. All given times, there's music and voices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tend to play music like when I'm
See,
cooking.
that made a song start.
Already. What song is it?
I told the woodchopper he was in love with you. I said, ooh, ooh, ha, ha,
Ping bang, wada wada bing bang. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
See,
ping bang, wada wada bing bang.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, like, I know it's odd. I know it's odd. And I know I'm odd. But I know that I have that ADD. And I know that and I didn't realize it until I got older and realized that that's what was going on. So, like, how many of you, like, while you're talking to somebody, all of a sudden, like, these other thoughts will go off in your head, like, you know, you'll just like, you stop listening to what they're saying and you hear something else, or relive a conversation in your head that's like, that happened like 3 days ago, just because, you know, like, I just wonder, like, I know I'm alone. I'm not alone. Let's see. Now I have an earworm. Hey, Nana. I'm glad I could put that in your head. Okay. Zoning out all the time. Thank you. And then pickled cucumbers. You do too. I do. I mean, it's like, well, you know, when we bought our house, this was really bad. I know you guys could probably understand this. When we bought our house and we were sitting at the table with the real estate person, and she's talking and talking and talking and talking, right? And she just wouldn't quit talking. I mean, she like looked at me and she could tell that all of a sudden music started playing in my head and I was completely gone. I had no idea what she said. It's almost torture to sit at a table and listen to people go on when like that, because your brain just like da, 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 da. Let's see. So Wesley has it all the time. Mostly a song pops up in yours. Yes. Yeah, you know, I mean, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us and watching us and sharing this, because I know that it's a common thing with people. It's just a lot of people don't talk about it. They don't share it. You know, the fact that they're zoning out and they've got, you know, things popping
out
up.
all the time. Mostly a song pops up in mine. Now
Right.
I have an ear one bing bang wall. Walla walla bing bang.
Yeah, so Judy came back to read all the comments and everything that was happening. So I had to ask, you know, about other people and how they deal with, you know, their brains doing that, and how it can be really just exhausting sometimes to try to focus. I cannot. Judy will start talking to me about something, and there's just almost like a switch in the back of my head that just shuts off and says, do you want to build a snowman? do you promise not to dance?
So I need to just talk to you and like short spurts,
Definitely.
and then change the topic and short spurt, and change the topic and
You know, small increments, you know, because anything of any.
Because
do you remember
I'm more
how
of
bad
I'm more of an indulging kind of person.
it
I
just
get
goes
on a story and then well,
on.
not like that, but
That's what it feels like for somebody like me.
Right.
And you know, I mean, it's just like, okay.
And for me,
I'm
it's just
trying.
a normal length of I'm talking about this now.
I think you can look at my face a lot of times and tell when it's gone.
Yeah, I can see when you're zoned out.
You know.
And I try not to let it hurt my feelings. Sometimes I get hurt so badly because it tunes me out when I'm in the middle of something. And then I have to remember, okay, it's just like you shouldn't get mad if you have to repeat something to me 5 times because I can't hear.
I can't hear neither because I shut down and the song starts playing.
Or let it happen more now. Somebody said they noticed it happening more recently and now saying, or I let it happen more now versus before. I try so hard to focus. I agree, it's exhausting. And the older we get, the harder it is. Now, people who are hearing impaired do this too. We zone out a lot without realizing that we're zoning out. But that's because listening is so hard because it's either trying to decipher what someone's saying when you can't hear all the sound, or you're lip reading and you get tired of lip reading, zone out a lot. And I didn't know that until I actually saw it on a TV show with somebody who was deaf who explained this. Because I know I did it, but I didn't know why I did it. And you can't not do it. I mean, it's just way.
So Floaty says, "Good morning to my favorite grannies." Well, good morning to you, Floaty. It's good to see you.
Oh, what's she saying? Michael gets the same way, right? You got to zone out when you're hearing impaired. You got to zone out from people talking and come back in, and that's normally happens. I mean, not one-on-one. It happens when there's a group of people.
But I was explaining to them, like when the real estate agent was selling us the house, it was really bad. She would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and that's just. It felt like. I mean, if she happens to watch this and listen, it's not personal. You know, it's not personal at all. Matter of fact, I had to confess to her that while she was talking, music started playing in my head and I completely lost whatever. Matter of fact, the best thing for all of us would have been for me to get up and leave the room because it was like hurting my head listening to her.
It's the same. Okay,
yes, like the teacher on Charlie Brown. That's exactly what
elevator music.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. It's not personal. I don't mean it to be personal. I mean, it is so hard, you know, and they just don't understand.
Well, and the more that we explaining things to people and just say it, because there are a lot of folks, right? There are a lot of folks with ADD. There are a lot of folks who are hearing impaired. And
then it at least helps
all
them
kind of
understand.
other situations that help everybody understand when instead of trying to hide it or camouflage it, that we just explain what's going on, because it helps with communication. Because then we know, it's like I'll know when I'm talking with Edie to just do short spurts of something. It's like I have to get to the point right away and then back off.
That'd be nice.
But it's not me. But I have other friends that I can talk with where we can talk longer about things if we have to.
That'd be nice too.
I've got other family members I can talk with about longer stuff.
I smile and nod. Look, I smile and nod and hope they aren't telling me their relative
died in that moment.
I know. I try to bring myself back. It's like I'll go out. I mean, I'll be sitting there talking to you, listening to you, and all of a sudden my brain goes off at something I saw at the Goodwill and how neat this was. And I wish I'd have bought it. And boy, I wonder how much that cost or whatever.
You know why it sounds insulting to people? Because it sounds like you're bored with what they're saying because you start thinking about something else.
It's something so trivial as like a trip to the Goodwill.
Things that they're really boring and what they're saying, that this trivial thing is more interesting to you to think about. But what you're saying, no, it's not that they're boring to listen to. It's just that your mind starts moving around.
It can't stay there for long. Yeah. I'm so glad that Judy, I mean, this is where I'm going to give her some love and some props. I'm so glad that Judy takes care of most of the real important things in our life. And I'm in charge of like making sure we have a hat. I make sure we have a hat and we shoot a TikTok video. And I'll make sure that we have a broccoli casserole and
So now, bro, I can think what everybody's saying here also a lot of wow. Because there are people saying, they hope they're not saying something serious because they've zoned out. Maybe this is another way that we can get along so well because we both zone out, so we can't get mad at each other.
well,
We
I don't
understand
know.
what's happening.
I
It's
think
not
my
personal.
conversation most of the time is short. I don't have like long stuff to talk about. Do you think?
No, your conversation is what's
It
just
jumps
different.
around.
Yeah, it jumps around and it's sporadic. So if you're in a room reading, looking at your phone and watching stuff on your phone, and I'm in the same room reading a book, I've got to read the same sentence over and over and over again because you'll suddenly say something. And then I start reading the sentence again because I got to go back and start again where I was reading, boom, you'll say something. Because you're watching short stuff on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, but I'm not
But
looking at
see,
short stuff.
that's
I'm
part
looking at
of
a long
why
book.
I think that TikTok has been so successful
Mm-hmm.
because the whole country, there may be a few of you out there that don't, but the whole world all has a short attention span. And 60 seconds is
Yeah.
max. I mean, that's a long video. Most of them are only like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where people are like, oh, that's cute. And then on to the next thing. Oh, that's cute. On to the next thing. Oh, look at the puppies. Bam. Off to the next thing.
And so the question
Skydiving.
is, because for folks who already have ADD, that may seem like a good thing. The question that they're wondering is whether people are being triggered in the short attention span.
If that's helping make it shorter. Well, but we know that if you have something longer, they won't watch it. Mm-hmm. So they're only going to watch something short enough to just grab that little piece of them that keeps rolling.
Because you can even think with movies. Movies could be, plays would be like 2 or 3 hours long.
Right. And a lot of people don't want to deal with it.
Now a play can be 90 minutes long with an intermission, and that's good. People will stay for it. Movies also, and I'm still one, like if I'm watching a movie that's a really good movie, I want it to go on. I could sit there for 3 hours if it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I'll doze off. Mm-hmm. I don't care how good it is. I'm going to sleep. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, well,
we can be in a play and sitting in the front row.
And you'll normally fall asleep after the first 5 minutes and wake up for the second act.
Right.
Because the second act, things are happening.
Once things quiet down and it gets dim, it's like boom. It's too bad we don't have a play to go to today because I really wish I could wear this hat.
Yeah, I just watched a good 3-hour movie and it's possible. What was the movie?
Yes, because I'd like a nap.
Yeah. Oppenheimer, I think, is back on. When that came out in the movie theaters, I really enjoyed it. And now that people are being able to stream that too.
I want to thank Abel. Abel, thank you very much. This little thing came up on my screen here saying high-level gifter. You can follow them and start interacting. So I followed you, and so we can start interacting. Do you really want to interact with somebody that wears this kind of hat? Yes, you do, because I am too fun.
Princess Mononoke. It's an animated film.
And it was 3 hours. See, that would kill me.
But they're talking or they're all non-talking? I wanted to see the movie flow because there's no talking on it and it's a cartoon. And I heard it was really good. But it was playing in the theaters when we had to go out of town. I don't know if it's still in the theater or not.
You want to go to the movies today? No. I want to lay down and take a nap. I'm sleepy.
If Flo is playing, that would be fun.
I'll take a nap.
Well, that's okay because I won't have to ask you what did they say because there's no talking in it.
I'd love to have some popcorn. Wouldn't it be nice to go out and have some popcorn?
Yeah.
And some of them one little things we sneak into the movie theater. Those little sausages wrapped in dough from Annie M's?
Yeah.
Ooh, nothing like them little sausages wrapped in dough.
That's an expensive way to take a nap and get popcorn.
Yeah, but you know what? The movie theater is only $5 and something up the road here. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a senior special or whatever, but we go to that one. Now, it does cost a lot for popcorn, and Judy, she don't like hers with butter, and I like mine just slathered. I like mine where your fingers just all greasy and slippery. And
I was one of those kids who didn't like ice cream cones because the ice cream runs down and
you have to
melts
eat it
on your
fast. You have to
fingers.
eat it fast. You can't fool around with it.
See,
See, that's it. You just got to dive in there and eat it fast. Dive in there and eat it fast. Do not play around long enough to let it melt and run down over your fingers. No, that would just be like,
hey, we just got a few more minutes to 10 here. We've been on for 2 hours. So, and I don't know that we can go to a movie because I'm supposed to clean up the house.
and I'm supposed to start cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But in a few minutes, what you're going to do is, while I get stuff cooking,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to run up to the store, like to the Dollar General, and buy some of the metal pans.
Oh,
Because we don't have no metal pans.
how come I gotta go run to the
Because I'm cooking. Does that seem fair, guys? I'm cooking and I forgot to buy the pans.
But I hate shopping.
Okay,
And so
I'll
you
go.
shopping. You hate doing
I'll go.
dishes, so I do dishes.
I'll go. I'll go. How's that? I'll go.
Because I gotta.
Oh, you're making mac and cheese? Because the Prius gets better gas. You are so right, Alex. Oh
Don't
my
help, Alex.
God. The
I'm gonna
Prius gets
remember you,
better
Alex.
gas mileage than the Ranger does. You are so right. Oh my goodness. You know what? Brilliant. Oh, looky.
I guess I'll take the truck.
I don't care. I don't care. You can take the truck. It's got gas in it. The Dollar General's not that far. Or that other store.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I may have to go to Giant Eagle anyway.
What
It's
for?
more expensive there. I got to pick up my medicine.
Oh, don't buy them at Giant Eagle. Don't buy the pans there. So, but even if you buy two cheaper pans, you got to buy twice as many because they're too heavy.
Right, the one at the dollar store. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Now, come on. Now that's fair.
My God, you
Take
guys
the
are
truck,
so
Judy.
freaking cute. I can't.
Well, rent a van. We're renting a van for the Furry Convention. When it's time to take them all down to the bench. Yeah,
right, to the convention. There we go.
Let's see.
No.
It's PA or Ohio when they're going to the Giant Eagle. Well, it's PA. We're in the Pittsburgh area. Let's see. I just seen your boots on the ground video. Love it. Well, have you ever seen two people that don't know how to dance? That's me and her. We just have fun. We don't know nothing about no steps, the line dance and stuff. It makes I got ADD. I cannot do the line dancing. I can't do it. I'm always a step behind.
Because you gotta see what the steps is, and then you lose track anyway because then you start hearing a different song than the one that's playing.
You know what I saw yesterday? Speaking of the giant pigeon, you know what somebody said?
What?
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No, they hide them because if they don't, the hawks get them.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I have never, and we've seen pigeons our whole entire life, and never seen a baby pigeon.
They come born grown-ups.
Yeah. Just pop the fan. That's what I tried, and then my fan was defective.
But that just makes it all the funnier.
I had to work mine with my hand. Ask the neighbors if they're going to the store.
Yeah, they could go for it.
Oh my God. We have that one thing, that app. We could call and have it delivered.
That's true.
It costs a lot though. But
delivery's free, isn't it?
No. I
No?
think if we go to a certain amount, I think it is. Not just free. I think we have to order.
I gotta go to Giant Eagle anyway, so
you'll just pick them up there?
Yeah.
Okay. She's going to Giant Eagle. Yeah,
we probably don't need that many. We just have to remember to go to Gordon's.
Look, Alex said
get a bunch
Instacart
for next time.
Well, it's kind of like Instacart. I think I have the thing through Walmart.
Yeah.
Where Walmart delivers.
Mm-hmm.
So when Walmart delivers to you guys an Instacart, do you go outside and meet the guy and say hi and everything? Or do you wait until they drop it off and then go outside? And it's 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for us to call it a day.
So we're going to come over here to YouTube for a secret, right? Because they do like the secret.
Let's see.
My FYP has been kind of dull lately. I'm so glad you came back.
We've been here. You just didn't have us. If you were following us, we should be showing up on your stuff. Anybody that's not following us, make sure you follow us now. For one, thank you, Bella. Bella just is our newest follower.
So some of them are answering your question from
What
earlier.
is it?
They avoid people, and another one has to go out sometime for the person delivering because they have a gate to open.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're paying attention. See, I forgot I even asked that.
So
Thank you
I'm
so
too
much.
socially anxious to go outside to meet them, but I'm a good tipper.
Well, how much you tip, Nana? I'll bring your stuff over. I could surely use some money. You know, I was thinking about it. If I didn't have to walk through the store and do their shopping for them,
If you had a partner where you could just drive, but they go back and forth in the store,
yeah,
that
if they
would
bring
work,
it all
huh?
out to my car and put it in there, and all I have to do is drive it up to your house and drop it off. I think I could do that.
And here's someone I always do curbside at Giant Eagle.
Yeah, that's what my sister does
Oh,
too.
Alex is over here already. I jumped ship. He already came here because he wants to know the secret.
Do you want to know a secret?
Ooh, and here's somebody already just subscribed on YouTube.
Thank you
Or they're
very
already
much.
subscribed on YouTube.
Okay, what I'm telling you now is, right now, TikTok, you have to come over to our YouTube channel, which is Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies. So that way we can think of our secret and we can build the algorithm and they can see that we have some followers and stuff. And, you know, help me. Okay? So,
All right.
ready?
So come on over to YouTube. We're saying bye, TikTok.
Bye.
Stay here, YouTube. Stay on. We're going to come because Edie's got a secret for you. See, I put it on you. Because I don't have a secret, but Edie will come up with a secret. Okay, let's wait for folks to come over because Alex already came over here. Who else? If you came over from TikTok, let us know you're here.
Yeah, say I'm here. And then that way, come closer. Come closer. Okay. So,
Wesley's here.
Come on closer. Okay, Crystal's here.
Storm Session's here. Karen's here. Karen is 9 out of 6.
Yeah, 9 out of 6. Ooh.
And minimize the chat and click on the thumbs up. Push the algorithm out a little bit more, because we still got a secret. Edie got a secret.
I probably, with my ADD, I've probably had 3 secrets pop through my head since I can't remember none of them because they all just keep coming and going. Spill the tea. Ooh, Alex. Okay. Let's see.
Do you want to hear a secret?
Ooh.
Do you promise not to tell?
Ooh. Ooh. Closer. Ooh. Let me whisper in your ear. Ooh. Tell the words I want to hear.
I'm in love with you.
She scared me. You scared my ears off.
Yeah, because those ears, it was really loud for
Look,
them.
it made them like fall back like that.
It did, Yeah. Remember when we were in the truck yesterday with our ears on, and you put the air conditioner on, and then it blew Edie's ears with the air conditioner? Looked really cool. That's my secret. What's yours?
It was really fun going to the car wash yesterday with our heads on too, because as soon as we pulled up at the car wash, the guy says, "You guys are too funny," and that was fun. Okay.
Well, here it is. We went to the Lone Star for breakfast yesterday. For dinner yesterday. Texas Roadhouse. We went to Texas Roadhouse for dinner yesterday, and as we had our ears on, and then as we got there, I remembered we're at Texas Roadhouse. We should have worn our rainbow cowgirl hats too. And Edie said she thought that would be a little too much.
Yeah, overkill. I think the cowboy hats on this would have been a little bit much, and it was kind of hot out. We might have passed out. Can you imagine if the ambulance would have had to come and rescue us?
And we were in our bunny ears?
Yeah, bunny ears and a cowboy hat. They would have had to take all that stuff off before they give us chest compressions. You know? Let's see. That's no secret, y'all. Alex. Okay. The secret is I I know what. I
Okay.
don't know if I should tell it though, because
Oh.
it feels like such a secret.
Oh.
You know, I want to get my freak on with my burning ears on. That's what I want to do. Is that a
And
secret?
and that's why you want to go to the Furry Convention.
I want to get my freak on with my bunny ears
There you
on.
go.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Get
Hey
your freak
y'all.
on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Hey. Hey, get your freak on. Get your freak on.